Hello, Libra. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. I'm going to do your weekly reading for the sign of Libra. It's been a crazy week. We only got a few more days till Mercury starts to release its chokehold on all of us, which will be a huge blessing for some of us. Let's take a look and see what's going on for you, Libra. Here we go. All right. Tower card. So first thing that comes up with the Tower card is the sensation that things are kind of falling apart. Just getting off the phone with one of my coaching clients, she was saying how, all of her foundations are being rocked right now. And I told her to look at it as a blessing. And she said, I'm not sure how I can feel like this is a blessing when I'm discovering that clients, coworkers, and partners of ours have been lying. And I don't like having to be the one to poke a lie. And I said, yes, but it gives you an opportunity to clear this space so you can move forward without it in your way, or a blessing that you could be having if they were in the way is now going to be available to you. So you got to look at Mercury as the great revealer, great leveler, I call it. It levels the playing field for all of us. Things come popping up, and we have the Tower card. We have the Lover's card, the Sun, Eight of Wands, and the Two of Coins. So even though things feel like they're about to be falling apart because we have this Tower card in play, foundation shaken. My client was saying how she feels as if she has to look at what her belief system is with almost every single situation, whether it's Black Lives Matter, whether it's COVID, whether it's health, whether it's politics, and how she feels that she's got to just deeply ask herself who she is and what she stands for in every minute, and it gets exhausting. And I see that in a lot of these readings, and I'm seeing the Five of Swords, which is a little bit combative. I see the Three of Cups, which is looking for celebration, wanting to have things a little more fun. But here's the thing for you, Libra, is I'm seeing I want to say Four of Coins and the Knight of Coins. So looking for money, working harder for your money than you have to, and the ideas that you have about how to make money, instituting those. I do see the Page of Swords here, and this is the guy that's got the short temper, right? He's reactive, responsive, kind of like road rage. The Knight and the Page are both similar to me in that energy, but I also see probably some health concerns going on for you, or a concern about someone's health, or questions about health and medicine are coming up for you, as indicated by the Strength card. You may be the one working more than another individual, or you may be finding that you're feeling a little more responsible than you had been due to all of this. I do see some contracts coming your way. I see some education on deck. You might be taking a course or a class. I do see the Two of Coins. So even though you may be feeling as if some of your opportunities are lost in the confusion, I do see some opportunities coming your way. So we do have the Two of Coins, the Ten of Coins that might indicate a contract coming your way. I'm also seeing the King of Coins. So that's me being judicious and coming from leadership. And possibly if you're in sales, that might be you going out to get it. I've never talked about sales in a reading before, but perhaps that's that energy because it's coming out my mouth. So Queen of Wands means taking care of people, taking care of a manager, where a King of Wands or King of Coins is like going out to get money or financing or going out and doing sales or being someone that goes toward it, but being the top of your field. So I do see a lot of skill set that's going on with you. The troubling cards are the Tower and the Lover's card, which is an internal struggle about your foundations, because it feels as if a lot of your foundations are shifting. Things are feeling a little rocky and you're questioning things too. I would recommend that you use caution, because you do have the Five of Swords and the Page of Swords, and that means snappy, combative, setting boundaries. What was I going to mention? You're going to be coming out of an internal to an external focus next week. So this week you were feeling as if you wanted to be around home and family. And I see the Four of Cups, which is external, going out, being a little bit more social. Maybe you don't choose it, maybe you do, but it's definitely going to be around more people. And maybe the people in your life are feeling a little bit more needy than usual, requiring your attention or soothing. So karmaondeck.com, book your one-on-one there for your relationship spreads. I am going to do your Libra moon reading. To do this as your relationship spread, this is your Libra moon. Feel how you go get it. All right, here we go. Six of Cups, family, Wands, victory, Four of Swords. Repetition and redundancy in the Three of Swords. So right now you're not very communicative. What I mean by that is you may not be able to articulate what you're thinking well enough to even communicate it, because you haven't got a strong grasp on the designs of it yet. So sometimes I know personally I like to withdraw, and that's what I see from you is the Four of Swords right here, which is withdrawing. Call that my Snow White card. She goes off in the woods and she's going to wake up until the right scenario or situation presents itself so that she can be, the environment has to be right, so she can be engaged with others. I do see the Lover's card, the Six of Pentacles. There's a lot of interesting dynamics going on here with you. I will say emotional for sure, fearful, worried about relationships. There is a lot of success going on the back end. This is just the work that you've got to be doing. Come from charity. Trust your emotions right now. Just don't allow yourself to get overwhelmed and stay on one thing forever. Right now, Libra's feeling as if things are repeating. Repetition and redundancy, Eight of Pentacles, doing the same thing over and over again. And then we have the Three of Swords, which is miscommunication. So stay aware that you might have a high likelihood of things getting misunderstood, or you might even be having a hard time articulating for your own thoughts, feelings, and yourself and what you're thinking. The Star card is in play next to the Lover's card. So some of you might be having an ex or an old flame or a relationship you didn't quite have an opportunity to finish, complete, or have any closure. I don't like the word closure because I'm one of those people that don't like phrases, but there might be some, what I say about Mercury retrograde and a relationship is you have three choices. You can heal it, kill it off, which means cut all ties, exorcise the person from your life so they don't have any connection, figure out whether they're still toxic. What lesson do you need to learn? How far have you come? Because I often believe that once we have our exes pop back up, they're an opportunity for us to examine our triggers. And when we examine our triggers, we start to see where our boundaries are strong and where they're weak. And is this person still coming at us with all that bombastic energy and blowing us up as soon as they're in a room, or have we grown from it? So our exes are a beautiful opportunity to learn. Luckily, I have rekindled relationships that are working with my ex. Beautiful family. But we're all doing the work, and it's not easy. I don't particularly like some behaviors over others, but I wanted to delve into, the dynamics of the relationship, how we ended up together in the beginning with where was I at, where am I at now? So when our exes come back into our life, we can heal the relationship. Doesn't mean reconcile. You can heal the relationship, letting go of all energy on it, make your apologies. My ex and I have been discussing some past scenarios, and that gives us an opportunity to clear it. I talked about, not in a bad way, but just yeah, remember this and that, and being able to clear that energy. I get questioned a lot why I keep my exes in my life, because it's an opportunity to see myself through their eyes. But this is telling me that you have some possible exes coming back up, or maybe old flames, or maybe even missed connections. And like I said, you can heal it, whatever way that looks like. You can kill it off and cut them out of your way, out of your life, cut them off of your energy, or you get to rekindle. But we have this opportunity to examine all of this. I see the Star card coming up. Now, it feels to me as if there's someone that's coming up for you that's a missed connection. So stick your nose out a little bit and sniff. Pay attention. See what the weather's changing and telling you. Because there's lessons there in all of it. I do have the Lover's card, which tells me there might have been a power struggle with an individual, or maybe there's a power struggle with how you're thinking and feeling, because we have this Three of Swords going on. Usually that means dark night of the soul type stuff. And when you had the Tower card going on, there's a lot of shifting sands. It's going to be my theme for the next week. But I do want to say that the Moon card references mapping. It also talks to us about fear, like being afraid of the next step and the next phases, and having a strong eye for suspicion on information and as it's coming our way. So I see patience with you, repetition and redundancy, Eight of Pentacles, which is patience. I see charity coming from a charitable heart. I see Queen of Cups, which is deeply emotional energy. The Queen of Cups is executing mastery with how we receive information, how we process the moods, and then regurgitate them back out. That's the Queen of Cups, which is treating things gently in life. And it's also about feeling your feelings in their fullness, right? EQ and mastery. I see some celebration coming up for you. An Ace of Pentacles indicates money. So your money's not going to be falling apart for you, but you do have some decisions to make in regards to how you interact with the people around you. Isolating may or may not be a good tool for you. And as I see the Four of Swords, I'm seeing this energy where you're pulling back, okay? And you're getting quiet. So two things can happen. You can create some space to reorganize, recalibrate, as Holly and I say. Recalibrate and return and revisit the situation with a clear head. or you get stuck. So be careful that you don't get stuck in isolation because you just don't want to engage in a big habit. So like, share, subscribe. Before you do that, let me pull a card from Divination of the Ancients and see what your message is for this week. Tell me where you are in the world and let me know how you feel your reading went. Like I said, book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. There's some new material on there, some classes on tarot. Classes are there, 6-week tarot classes. There's a tarot 101 intro, and then there's an astrology intro and an advanced astrology where I'm going to have some guests come in and help me learn this so we can speak up. So on the website, you can see, keep up. So I want to keep up with astrology when I'm listening to these aspects going on by Maru or Nahum and Achuta. I like to hear what's going on and be able to follow along. I want to use it as a weather report, and I want to share that skill with you. So there's some classes on there for you to jump on. And there's also a dating one called Welcome to the Jungle. And if you want to take an individual class, you can pay for one class at a time and jump in as you go. So check that out, karmaondeck.com. I am going to pull your card from Divination. Confirmation. So the shooting star is all about confirmation, paying attention to signs and looking for the confirmation and synchronicity you need. Don't be afraid to ask the universe for your confirmation. Sometimes it's synchronicity and sometimes it's alignment. Know the difference. Synchronicity is an element or something popping up where you are in synchronicity with the individuals around you. And then the other is you actually having something in alignment with what you're supposed to do. And you got to know how to answer. So thank you for hanging out with me. Catch you on the flip side. Let me see what 2 readings I have next. Next, we're going to be playing with Scorpio and Sagittarius. So thank you for hanging out with me. Like I say all the time, answer to every question is love. Come from love, love on it, feel it. Have a good one, guys. Talk to you.